President Rodrigo Duterte on Tuesday tells supposedly errant and scalawag cops he'll deploy them in Mindanao. Duterte tells over 200 policemen, mostly accused of minor offenses, some charged with extortion and robbery, they'll be deployed in Mindanao conflict areas in 15 days as punishment for their alleged crimes.
Kailangan ko ng pulis sa South. Kulang ang pulis sa Basilan kasi maya't maya pinagpaputok-putok yung mga istasyon doon, ubos. Kayo, lahat ngayon nandito. Kasali kayo sa task force sa South. Padala ko kayo sa Basilan. Tumira kayo doon ng mga 2 taon.
Duterte says police who refuse to be deployed will have to resign. The president says he'll also dismiss some of them, adding he'll create a battalion composed of military personnel to watch their every move. He says this is necessary because police who are dismissed use their skills and contacts to commit crimes. He earlier said the errant cops will clean the Pasig River instead of going on retraining.
Magbalik kayo dito, mag-swimming trunks. Linisin ninyo yung Pasig River. Inumin ninyo kasi madumi.
Duterte warns the cops it will be their turn to become victims of extrajudicial killings if they don't change their ways. It's unclear if Duterte is aware that most of the police presented to him are charged with minor offenses like being late for duty or failing to report for duty. The Justice Department fails to defend proposals to impose the death penalty in the face of an oft-repeated argument that the Philippines is bound by international treaty. Senate President pro tempore Frank Drilon cites the second optional protocol to the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights that was ratified by the Philippines in 2007. The treaty binds signatories to, quote, take all necessary measures to abolish the death penalty within its jurisdiction. Senior Deputy Prosecutor Richard Fadulyon, who represented Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre in the hearing, acknowledges that treaties are considered laws and couldn't be violated. The Senate hearings deferred after Fadulyon failed to argue how the government can opt out of the treaty. The treaty doesn't have an opt-out option. President Rodrigo Duterte asked Congress to pass the reimposition of death penalty last year. The National Police Commission says it is recommending the conferment of the Medal of Valor to 42 Special Action Force troopers killed during the botched Mamasapano operation in 2015. 2 of the 44 staff troopers had already been given the Medal of Valor. President Rodrigo Duterte will have to formally approve Napolcom's recommendation. The resolution is dated January 31, 2017, barely a week after Duterte faced families of the SAF 44 in Malacanang. Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana on Tuesday says he expects Beijing to eventually reclaim Scarborough Shoal. Scarborough Shoal is just 230 kilometers from Luzon. Beijing has already built several artificial islands and military facilities in the Spratlys, in the disputed South China Sea. Lorenzana says this is unacceptable. Because of its position, another military outpost at Scarborough Shoal is seen as the last major step required to secure control of the South China Sea. A United Nations-backed tribunal last year ruled that Beijing's sweeping claims to most of the South China Sea had no legal basis. But Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte has courted China and backed away from the United States, the Philippines' traditional ally. The United States government on Monday defends U.S. President Donald Trump's travel ban as lawful exercise of his authority and claims a federal judge made a mistake in barring its enforcement. Justice Department lawyers say the nationwide injunction against the travel ban was vastly overbroad. A hearing for the case has been set on Tuesday. Trump's executive order banning travelers and refugees from 7 Muslim-majority countries from entering the United States triggered worldwide protests.